What I want to talk about on today's call is the state of marketing, the power of focus, Facebook advertising, the best 3 sales questions, video marketing, the importance of faces.
This call is being recorded.
So what I want to talk about on today's call is why an all-in-one system isn't enough. You know, every company wants the all-in-one. They think there's this pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I was reading an interview recently, actually an article by a gentleman named Ken Krogh, and it was on Forbes. And the title was, Why CRM Isn't Enough. And it got me thinking because this week we have the all-new Curaytor rolling out. And a lot of the things that we talk about internally are all-in-one. But if you think about, really, is there a such thing as an all-in-one, or is CRM enough, or is your website enough? Like, I thought Ken had some really interesting feedback about CRM. First thing he said is that CRM software first emerged in the 1980s, and that was before the internet was even prevalent. He also has said that CRM is now a commodity, and that CRM is simply not suited to deliver the answers to the questions, who should I engage and how should I engage them? So I couldn't agree more. I mean, when a technology emerges kind of pre-internet or pre-social, it really is challenging for it to keep up in the modern era. So what we're doing at Curaytor is what I believe we're doing, and I had a great call with our designer. We're working on some graphics for the new Curaytor, is we are redefining what all-in-one means. Nobody is going to be the best at anything because there's too many companies that are laser focused on one thing. So the key moving forward is that the system is actually more important than a feature. As an example, Intercom has the best live chat in the world. But if Intercom doesn't plug into your existing systems, you're probably better off using Facebook Messenger if it does. The key is something I want you guys to hear very clearly. Companies who try to be everything to everyone won't be anything to anyone. When I did some research, I looked at Salesforce. Salesforce is worth $80 billion. And what Salesforce has done that is so smart is that they actually have over 2,500 apps that plug into Salesforce. So you can use Salesforce as an all-in-one system, but that doesn't mean that Salesforce built all those features themselves. The other thing that I looked up was companies like Wix, companies like Squarespace that are mostly focused on building websites. You've also got companies like HubSpot and Infusionsoft, and those companies are actually all worth less than $10 billion. So if you look at what Salesforce is worth by creating this open ecosystem that everything plugs into versus what website and marketing companies are worth, there's not a marketing or website company that's anywhere near worth as much as Salesforce. So the takeaway is that the closer you are to the cash register, the more you're worth. I was looking up the dynamic between Square and Twitter. You know, Square is literally the cash register. So the way Square makes money is very straightforward. Twitter is definitely a little further than the cash register. And this is crazy, but on Wednesday, Square was worth $13 billion, only $3 million less than Twitter. And last year, Square was only worth half as much as that. So the reason this is so exciting is because we're actually releasing for the first time a sales-focused tool. But we are not building a CRM. We are actually building a non-CRM. We are actually building a layer on top of the existing CRMs that reps like me will actually want to use and won't need training on. The future of all-in-one is not about connecting pixels. It's about connecting pulses. The future of all-in-one is about ideas and execution. And that future starts right now with the all-new Curaytor. I had our designer work on a graphic where I went through each of the bubbles. I went through brain, create, advertise, blast, magic, and marketer. As you guys know, that's been our goal. BCABMM. And when I shared with Allie, our designer, the different components of our all-in-one, that's when she basically, as a consumer, as a non-technical person, said, man, you guys are redefining what an all-in-one means. And so I want to walk through the 6 parts of the all-new Curaytor and explain why each part is different than anything that's ever been out there. So it all starts with Brain. Curaytor Brain is a place to find proven marketing ideas, Facebook ads, emails. In the future, it'll have websites and pages and landing pages and blog posts. But if you take a step back and say, where do people find ideas today? Where do people get ideas to put into their system? Well, they go to webinars, they go to conferences, they're in masterminds, they read blog posts, they listen to podcasts, they go to Facebook groups, they buy books, they have coaches, and they listen to gurus. And the key to this, guys, is that most of the advice and most of the ideas that businesses are out there trying are unproven. You don't know if the guy in the book's a hero or a zero. You don't know if the blog post you wrote is going to help your business or not. So with Curaytor Brain, the fact that our clients can find thousands of data-driven marketing ideas in seconds, it really is a game changer. Normally, the webinar you watch or the podcast you listen to or the coach that you have, their advice is not connected to the next piece. And so Brain is where it starts. If we start with ideas, no one can beat us. And I'm bought into the idea that people are going to be more loyal to ideas than they are to technology. Once you've got great ideas, then you got to go out and create something. That's our C, create. Well, where could people do that today? They could use WordPress. They could use Squarespace. They could use Wix. They could use Unbounce for landing pages, lead pages, Instapage. Those are all basically CMSs, content management systems. So there's a million websites out there that you can use to create stuff. But the problem is if you don't put a good idea into the website or landing page, it doesn't matter how many features that tool has. If you put a bad idea into a good content system, it's still a bad system because the idea was bad. So there's tons of websites and those companies are great and they'll probably always have a couple features that we don't, but they don't have Brain. Once you've got Brain and once you've got the creation tools, once you've published a piece of content, the next thing you should do is advertise it, email it, and follow up with those leads. So if you look at the advertise options out there, you could advertise on Facebook, you could advertise on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google, traditional ads, radio, TV, newspaper, direct mail, right? Then you've got all the industry-centric stuff. You could advertise on homes.com, cars.com, lawyers.com. So there is no shortage of places for people to advertise. But again, why would you run an ad that sucked? Who cares if you're using YouTube, LinkedIn, Google, or Twitter if the idea you're trying is unproven? So people are going to continue to run ads in all of these places. And what we're going to bank on is that they need our help with it. You ain't calling 1-800-Facebook and getting good help. Once you've created the idea, advertise the idea, the next thing is you're going to want to email it out. We call that blast. And I was looking at what are the options out there for people to send emails. And again, it's completely ubiquitous. Like what Ken said, it's a commodity. Websites are a commodity. Ads are a commodity. Email's a commodity. And CRM's a commodity. And the sooner we understand that and we realize that our differentiator is Brain and our people, the sooner we'll actually differentiate ourselves to the market. If you want to send an email right now, you don't need Curaytor. Go get MailChimp. Go get Aweber. Go get Constant Contact. Go get BombBomb. Go get Vertical Response. Go get Happy Grasshopper. How many more should I name, guys? There is no shortage of email tools out there. And then once you've got the idea and you create the content and you advertise it and email it, well, now you got to follow up. Now you got to log into something to work the leads. We call that magic moments. But if you need a CRM, there's great ones. Go get Salesforce. They're worth $80 billion. Go get HubSpot. Go get Contactually. If you're in real estate, go get Top Producer. Go get Wise Agent. Go get Follow Up Boss. If you want a super advanced system, go get Infusionsoft. Go get Marketo. Go get Eloqua. There is no shortage of technology out there that can help people follow up. So what has been commoditized is the middle. Create, advertise, email, and follow up. Those 4 buckets are going to have endless options. The last bucket for us is what we call Curaytor Marketer. And this is about getting help. Where do people go to get help today? Well, they go to Muse, they go to Indeed, they go to Monster. Some of them hire a virtual assistant in the Philippines. Some of them get a college kid, a high school kid. Some of them go on Fiverr. Some of them go on Freelancer. But a lot of them DIY. So if you think about Brain, which is this layer of where people get ideas, and then you think about Marketer, which is this layer of where the ideas are done, that is where most companies are missing out. They can all go get a website and an email tool, but if you don't put great ideas into a system and you don't have great people helping you, the system is not great. The tools you need to create, advertise, blast, and follow up are there. And believe it or not, you can actually connect them. Things like APIs and Zapier and all these different tools. And we actually used all these tools. When we started Curaytor, it was WordPress, Unbounce, MailChimp, and Follow Up Boss. But again, none of those tools matter if you don't put great ideas in them and have great people helping you use them or using them for you. If the system is perfect, but the ideas are shit, the system is not perfect. If the system is perfect, but the person using it is a novice, the system is not perfect. If the system is perfect, but no one uses the system is not perfect. The digital dust is settling. Technology is becoming ubiquitous. And we believe the future of all-in-one is about people, not pixels. We think it's about blood, not bots. Basically, it's about help, not hype. Thanks for your time, guys. Hey, this is Chris. Thanks for listening to my call. If you enjoyed the call, please subscribe right now. Also, share the episode and use the hashtag #CallsWithChris. Every week, I choose a few people randomly to win a free signed copy of the conversion code, my USA Today best-selling book. You can also visit Curaytor.com. That's Curaytor.com to learn more about my company, which is the one I'm running during these calls. We help small businesses grow faster, and we've been featured recently by Inc., Forbes, Fortune, and Entrepreneur Magazine.